So I come on home, sis already done seasoned and floured up the pork chop. Now, I appreciate it. I don't know if that means she hungry or she was trying to help out. I believe that it's the latter rather than the former. She's trying to help me. And guess what? Sis even put the grease in the pan, father. I think she hungry. She want comida. I got my 2 little sweet potatoes. Got those. Decent sized ones. I don't like them too big because they look kind of crazy. And I got some nice looking healthy asparagus. If you ever see your asparagus have like the blackness on here and it's slimy, they ain't no good. Throw them out. But these are healthy asparagus. So I got that. All right, let's start cooking. All right, let me rinse off these sweet potatoes real quick. Tablespoon of kosher salt. Tablespoon of vegetable oil or olive oil, whichever you choose. You know, baked sweet potato. So it's healthy. It's healthy. You know what I mean? Wrap it up. Drop inside this right here. My little baby right here. Little skillet. Bam. Put that inside the oven. And you're going to let these cook inside the oven for roughly about 20 minutes. 20 to 25 minutes. All right, so now to the fried pork chop. These are some big pork chops. So I'm going to go ahead and put them inside the cast iron skillet. All right, so I believe your grease is hot. If you don't believe me, just watch this. If your grease does this, that flour disintegrate, is ready. Go ahead and drop that pork chop in there like I'm about to do right here. Now these are big pork chops, so I'm going to do them 1 at a time versus 2 as I normally would do. Because what happens is if you have too many inside the pot at the same time, it has a smothering effect versus a frying effect. Don't nobody want that. Let's go. It's like music to your ears when you hear a pork chop frying. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I do. On to your asparagus. Now there's a lot here. We're not going to eat all of this asparagus, so I'm going to take out what I'm using for tonight and ziplock the rest. After about 5 minutes on one side, turn that pork chop over. As you can see, it's nice and beautiful and golden brown. Let it cook for another 5 minutes on the other side. Doesn't take long because it's submerged in all that beautiful cooking grease. So it takes about roughly 10 minutes to cook. Take your asparagus spears. Don't worry, the counter has been sanitized and all that stuff. Take this white, thick, bulky part, snap that. That's what your asparagus should look like. This big, bulky part is actually bitter and very tough. You don't want that. We're going to hit it with a splash of this right here, this extra virgin olive oil. Roughly about a teaspoon of that. It's not going to take much. Hit it with a teaspoon of kosher salt. A little bit of black pepper. Some minced garlic. A teaspoon of that. Because in certain dishes, garlic makes everything better. Paya. There you go. Now you go ahead and toss it around. Just like this. Toss it. Throw these bad babies inside the oven for roughly 7 minutes. It's not going to take long. If you cook them any longer, they're going to be very thin and rubbery. I don't like that, but if you do, leave it in there for as long as you like. Leave it in there until tomorrow if you want. You won't have an asparagus, but it'll be what you want it to be. It'll be asparagus essence, if you will. 7 minutes inside the oven, 350. That's it. One of those pork chops is done. Look at that. Yes, ma'am. Look at that. Asparagus is done. Lord have mercy. Would you look at the chops? Look at the chops. Divine swine. Yes, ma'am. And your baked sweet potatoes are done. Now that is the sound of a baked sweet potato. Hey sis.
Yes, babe.
Dinner's ready.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Look at this right here. You got your baked sweet potato. You got that beautiful fried pork chop. You got your wonderful asparagus. And that is how you do dinner. Happy Sunday. Feliz Domingo. Happy Sunday.